far. We're very close actually to ending up in the relegation playoffs themselves last season. As we just get a look on the screen now of that team once again, just to reconfirm: Bursig, Miller, O'Hora, Ekpateta, Obita, Mariah Welsh, Newell, Boyle, Campbell, Molotnikov and Venti. And we'll just see what our friends at Opta and Premier Sports are going for in terms of the formation. As we see, we think it's a 4-3-3 compared to the back three, the midfield five and the front two on Saturday. And just also notable on the bench is the return of Ellie Yuan, who missed out on Saturday due to illness.
Yeah, I enjoyed the bit of wing play there by Molotnikov. Very composed in the box, just dropped his shoulder and clipped a beautiful ball. I'm going to, we're going to hear lots of things about the Euros, but obviously one of the players who stood out was Yamal for Spain, and there was a touch of that about
Molotnikov. That was deflected onto the post, so it will be the first corner of the game, but again we're seeing and demonstrating what he's capable of. Very impressive performance on Saturday, and he's started in a very similar vein this evening as we head towards the 12-minute mark. And it is Newell who will take the corner. Hibs search for the opening goal. It's a good ball, and it is in. That was over the line, and it's 1-0 to Hibs with 14 minutes gone. And just as Marvin Ekpateta did on Saturday, it's now Warren O'Hora's turn to score his first goal for his new club. Ball bouncing off the underside of the crossbar, clearly over the line, and Hibs make their early domination of possession count. And as simple as it is, it's always good to see a goal go in for a corner like this.
A great delivery, as you expect. What a climb that is! I mean, it's the timing of the jump and the spring is absolutely incredible. Gets a really solid header in off the crossbar. Had a little chuckle. I looked over at the linesman. He didn't flinch. Didn't even think that was over the line. But luckily, we've got the goal line technology. The referee is obviously they've been on it from minute one. Queen's Park look a little bit, almost like a team that's kind of coming here to sit in and trying to keep the score down, which I'm surprised at.
Oh, there's Boyle. Oh, he's done it. That is fantastic from Martin Boyle. The overhead kick, taking Callum Ferry completely by surprise, and that's the second goal. And that was a joy to watch.
I mean, the technique is absolutely fantastic, but let's not get away from the fact that this is a major clanger by the goalkeeper. It's a great pick out. I think it was Joe Newell who's lifted his head. They've given him far too much time on the ball. I mean, you cannot be giving Joe Newell this much space, but he's managed to lift his head. In fact, it's not Joe Newell, is it? It's Josh Campbell, but the pass is fantastic. The movement is clever, but the technique is absolutely phenomenal. However, it's straight. It's in both hands. I mean, he's got both hands to it, and he's just lost his balance. I mean, you do kind of wonder, don't buy a ticket, you don't win the lottery. So I love the technique from Martin Boyle. It's actually terrific, because that is a very, very difficult skill. But
Queen's Park keeping some possession, but it's all inside their own half, and Boyle steps up now. Turner. Josh Scott able to skip away from Miller here. Scott rolls it across, can't find Rudden. Thomas going for goal, but well off balance as he went for the shot. Obita. It's a space here for Campbell to run into. The ball maybe just taking a slightly outward bounce, but Campbell can knock it back towards Mariah Welsh on the edge of the box. Really nice control. Didn't fancy the shot. Molotnikov and Obita. Still Obita. Oh, unfortunate. Good effort by Jordan Obita.
Very well thought out, the move. I mean, again, it stemmed from the movement from Mariah Welsh, who did well to retain possession. I loved the step inside from Jordan Obita. It was a very clever ball into him, but cut inside on his weaker right foot, but he caught that very, very sweetly. Unfortunately, missed the target.
Boyle knocks it into a good area for Campbell, headed back by Wilson. Good touch by Thomas, but he can't keep it for very long. It's Newell who wins it back. Here's Campbell, and he'll try and set up Molotnikov. What a pass! And it is for Rudy Molotnikov, his first Hibs goal. It's a lovely move to make it 3-0. Brilliant play again. Newell with the interception. The pass through from Campbell was spot on. And Molotnikov, one-on-one with the goalkeeper, executing the finish perfectly.
So 3 great contributions here. Joe Newell, even though he's playing deeper, the 3 steps on and wins the ball back. They managed to get a good press on here. Lovely threaded ball. What about a pass here from Campbell? Split the defence. I like the way that Molotnikov actually took a touch. He could have hit it first time because the pass from Campbell was so good. Could have just hit it if he wanted. But just set himself, and a lovely slot into the bottom corner. And that was really good play. Lovely move, well thought out, and a very composed finish.
Just his 3rd start for Hibs, 18 years of age, and Rudy Molotnikov is off the mark as we head towards the half-time break. Lovely ball again from Obita out to Martin Boyle, who's going to have a drive at the defender. Oh, and Venti looking to get his name on the score sheet tonight. Heads just wide of the mark, but great attacking play again, and this time it's on the other side and it comes from Martin Boyle. Well,
the switch out to Boyle is a beauty, but the touch, and he stands up a beautiful cross, and it's just a mistimed header. I mean, it's not too high for him. It's a brilliant cross from Martin Boyle. It's got enough pace on it just to have to redirect, and you know, you have to say, for a guy that scored a hat-trick at the weekend, he'll be absolutely kicking himself, because that is a great opportunity.
Do you know, I had to double check there to make sure that Cammy Carrot was definitely on the pitch, because I'm pretty sure that's the first time I've seen him touch the ball all night, certainly to my recollection. I was starting to think, did he pick up an injury in the warm-up? Did I miss that? But he was on the ball there very briefly. And Lewis Miller is winning it back on the far side, and this could really open up now for Martin Boyle. There's only 3 back here for Queen's Park there at sea. Here's Venti, it must be! Oh, it's across the face and it's wide. Second chance for Venti, goes a begging.
I mean, you coach strikers to head it back where it came from, because the goalkeeper can't cover it. But again, credit to Martin Boyle. I mean, there's a nice little triangle in here where they just thread the ball, through. Campbell plays to Martin Boyle, but look at Vente's movement round the back. Arm goes up, stand up for me on a plate. I mean, he's inches wide, to be fair to him. Yeah, no guesswork involved. Right back for right back, centre back for centre back, and again, that's good for David to get a look at his squad.
A bit of space for McGregor there, and now for Rudden. Rudden is going to have a pop, why not? But it's a simple take for Josef Bursic. 20 minutes to go. And instead it's short from Thompson to Thomas, and then Thompson dinks the cross in, but it's catching practice again for Bursic in the 6-yard area.
You know, when you see inventive free kicks, and sometimes you think that's really clever, and then you see free kicks like that and you think it's really not. That was kind of pointless.
It was quite literally a head scratcher for Callum Davidson, who, we talked about that earlier on. I think we were both expecting more from Queen's Park this evening, and you get the feeling that, yes, it's still relatively early in Davidson's tenure. He only joined Queen's Park in January, but I think with some of the players available tonight, he will have expected more as well. As Yuan works it out nicely here to Boyle. It's an early cross again towards Campbell, who left it, and it's Yuan, and it's deflected into the path of Obita. I thought, again, might have had a pop. It's Yuan on the edge of the penalty area. Levitt, Yuan, Levitt. Oh! Classic Dylan Levitt, that is what he is capable of. It's 4-0 to Hibs. And Dylan Levitt scores just his 3rd Hibs goal at the start of his 3rd season at the club. First time since March. And that was just passed into the net by Levitt there.
Well, that was beautiful skill. I mean, Hibs kept it alive, because they were, first of all, Yuan hit a lovely ball and it was pinball, but they managed to keep it in and around the box. But a little ball that gets slipped into him here, lovely 1-2, out of his feet, uses the defender as a shield just to bend it around, and he gives Callum Ferry absolutely no chance. I want to talk about Dylan Levitt just a little bit, because when he signed from Dundee United, he was one of their most productive player in a role that was far more advanced than what he was playing under Nick Montgomery.
Longridge trying to get in behind Rocky that time. Good pass out to Yuan. Oh, lovely play from Yuan. Brilliant skill. Still going. Being urged to shoot. And it is Yuan. Oh, it's off the post. How unlucky is that? What a goal that would have been from Eli Yuan. Another wonderful piece of attacking play that deserved a 5th goal of the night.
Well, I spoke about, what you're in the team to do, and he's just shown us. I mean, God, that would have been an early contender for goal of the season.
And here's Boyle set in by Campbell. 5 for the 2nd game running, and Boyle has his 2nd of the evening, and the intensity is just brilliant to watch. It is non-stop. You could expect or understand the team taking the foot off the gas, but they just refuse to do it.
We didn't even get a chance to talk about the skill that Eli Yuan had showed with his back flick and his running 50 yards with the ball, hitting the inside of the post. 20 seconds later, Martin Boyle is bursting the net. I mean, I remember when I said the 6-second rule. This is what they're doing. Win the ball back. Beautiful pass there again. Is that Campbell again?
It was at Campbell again. I mean, that's his 3rd of the night, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a beautiful first-time pass. Doesn't break stride. Boyle's been on it tonight. I mean, let's build Martin Boyle up, because he's taken his goal really well. So 2 goals for the night. This was the bit of play beforehand. We didn't see the turn, but it's a good hit on the diagonal. I wonder whether the goalie just got fingertips to that. But because Hibs were so in their face, they didn't even get the chance to get out of their half. Well, I'm interested to see if there's a role for him, because we were talking about, and you can't hide away from this, that there are going to be changes within the squad, and you look at Yuan and you look at his value in the transfer market, and he might be the type of player. I don't know. I've no inside information. He might be the type of player that Hibs might look to move on, because they could probably get a few quid for him, and that could enable David to make some improvements to the squad. But there's no doubting he's got that kind of that threat, that cutting edge.
Here's Turner. That's a good finish. And Queen's Park deny Hibs a 2nd consecutive clean sheet. And Jack Turner, a 21-year-old, has given Queen's Park a consolation and something for their band of supporters to cheer. And that will be immensely frustrating, I'm sure, for David Gray and his coaching staff, that they haven't been able to hold on to the
well, it will when you consider
tonight.
how many players they've got back. This is where sometimes you've got to ask the midfield, have they? I mean, the amount of room that he has to step on and hit that ball, there's too much room.
There is the sound of the full-time whistle from Ross Hardy. Despite that late goal from Jack Turner, it's been another very productive, very entertaining evening to kick off the Easter Road season for David Gray's side. At times, some absolutely brilliant football, very, very entertaining indeed. It all started in the 50th minute when Warren O'Hora was able to head in from a Joe Newell corner. Just 4 minutes later, an overhead kick from Martin Boyle got the better of Queen's Park goalkeeper Callum Ferry. The other 3 goals of the evening, just as they did on Saturday for Hibs, came in the 2nd half. No, they didn't. It was 3-0 at half-time, Daniel. With Milotnikov scoring right before the break, taking his goal brilliantly. His 1st goal for the club at 18 years of age. The other 2 goals of the evening came in the 2nd half. Dylan Levitt with a nice curl finish past the goalkeeper off the post, and Martin Boyle added a 5th. Jack Turner scoring Queen's Park's consolation right at the end of the game.